or more on car insurance. Well, a look at Malik Smith. Back in the lineup last night and in the lineup again tonight. He'll be atop that Rays batting order. Rest of the lineup presented by your local Ford dealers. Following Malik Smith in left will be Tommy Pham, the DH. Then Matt Duffy at third. C.J. Cron is at first. Joey Wendell at second base tonight with Willie Adames in the shortstop spot. Kevin Kiermaier hits seventh, followed by Carlos Gomez and then Jesus Sucre.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays is going to be left-hander Ryan Borucki, making his 13th start of the season. He got off to a quick start here with the Blue Jays. Things have cooled considerably since then, and looking to regain his footing here tonight against the Rays at the Major League level.
So we'll see how the Rays can fare against the 24-year-old lefty. And in steps Malik Smith, hitting .306 to start play tonight. First pitch is a strike call. Fastball in around 91. Malik's had a base hit and a run batted in and a run scored last night. This one is down. Boy, the Rays happy to see him back in the lineup after missing time.
You think about all the ways that he can affect a game. You know, he's done a great job with the bat, a stolen base threat, always willing to take the extra base.
A little tap halfway to the mound, and the throw to first. It hits Malik's, and he is safe at first. Malik's with a base hit. So the Rays put the leadoff man on, and Malik's took that one. It appeared in the foot.
Yeah, it definitely got him, obviously lower half. Borucki here did not have much of a choice. A swinging bunt, he's got to turn, spin, and throw all in one motion. And he yanks that throw, and it did. It caught him right on the back of that right foot. And, yeah, didn't even get up into the fabric part of it. Hit right on the bottom.
So Malik's back active after that viral infection. And now hit by that throw to first, but aboard with a base hit. Pham takes the pitch away. So the Rays right away with great speed at first.
Well, and being a lefty, Borucki has been prone to give up the stolen base. Opposing base stealers 11 out of 13. You usually do not see that off of a left-handed starter. You got to learn how to control that running game. Develop a good pickoff move or be quick to the plate. One of the two, or both.
He's out of the 2012 draft. Blue Jays drafted him right out of high school. Had a chance to go to college. He decided to sign after being drafted by Toronto and start his pro career. And about a year into the minors, underwent Tommy John surgery. And now Malik starts, and he's going to steal that. Malik Smith was in trouble for a moment, but the move took a little time developing. And Malik Smith is safely now in at second base in scoring position.
And Justin Smoke did the best he could. Watch Justin Smoke come off the bag there to try to close the distance on the throw from Borucki so he could get it off to second base. This is why you go on first movement. And boy, I'll tell you what, Malik Smith was just deking and toying with Borucki. Forced the throw over, but it was too late.
Now a strike to Pham. So right away, the Rays with a scoring opportunity. Pham rolls it foul. He has been hot. I think 300 since coming to the Rays from the Cardinals with a couple of home runs. 16 home runs combined this year for Pham. A 1-2 count. And, again, a foul ball. This one back and out of play.
Well, and I think that Tommy Pham has finally started to find a comfort level. You know, he got hurt right away coming to the Rays, took a breaking ball off the foot. Then, of course, he had the dislocated finger, but finally settling in, getting regular playing time. He's healthy for the most part, and he's been very productive.
And he pulls this one into left. Hernandez is there, though, to catch it. And Pham is out number one.
Well, let's take a look at our Toyota inside look and what we talked about with Ryan Borucki in coming here to the Toronto Blue Jays. His first 7 starts really off the chart. Forget about the record. Throw that record out there. The ERA, though, 2.30, holding opponents to a 254 average, and more importantly, keeping the ball in the yard. But you look at the last 5. Now he's going through the league for the second time. The ERA, 9.15. Look at the hits to innings pitched. On top of that, 11 walks. So he's had 10 walks, 44 base runners in 20-plus innings, and also the long ball has started to get to him. So you combine all the base runners, all the opportunities, the ball leaving the yard, and things have gotten ugly here for Borucki.
Yeah, the opposition hitting close to 300 off him. Righties over 300. Duffy takes ball 1.
Well, you talk to the Toronto Blue Jay people, and they say primarily, especially against righties, he's a fastball changeup guy. Against lefties, wants to mix in more of a breaking ball. Right now is kind of caught in between a slurve, a slider, a curveball. The breaking stuff is just not quite there yet, and people have gotten wise to that.
Yeah, so far in the handful of starts he's made, he is about 90%, not quite, but close, 90% fastball changeup.
Which works if you're pinpoint, but you've got to, at some point, develop a breaking ball that, at the very least, can keep guys off balance.
And that's a strike to Duffy, says Quinn Walcott. Duffy had a 2-hit night last night, 2 for 4. A couple of runs batted in and a run scored. And Borucki keeping an eye on Malix back there at second. And that pitch called the ball, and it's 3-1.
That's a pitch that Borucki needs. You know, he's not going to be able to overpower you, and we just talked about the limitations on the breaking ball. He needs the fastball to both sides of the plate, and if he's not going to get it in on righties and they can discount that pitch, he's going to be in trouble.
And that one is down. He walks Matt Duffy.
Let's take a look at the Blue Jay defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we have Teoscar Hernandez, Kevin Pillar, and Randall Grichuk. And across the infield third to first, Aledmus Diaz, Richard Urania, Devin Travis, and Justin Smoke, with Danny Jansen back behind the plate.
And now C.J. Cron at the plate for the Rays. Stepping in with a career high 26 home runs. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Just a handful of pitches, but so far Walcott seems willing to call that a strike out there. Not so much on the inside. And usually it's the reverse. Thrown out in front. 0-2. Joey Wendell on deck. And C.J. Cron down 2 strikes. High foul. That's going to be the other way with some pretty good distance up into the second deck down the right side.
You know, CJ has the power swing going here. We talked about it in the open. Last 10 games, he has 4 home runs, 26 on the season.
One ball, 2 strikes. Barucki from the Chicago area, born in Highland Park, to high school in Mundelein. Ground ball foul. Still 1-2. And a lefty with that number 56, BA. One of his favorites wore that with the White Sox.
You got to call, or we got to call,
yes,
his perfect game,
yeah.
Mark Burley.
Yep.
And they say that he tries to work like him too, work quickly. Haven't seen that quite yet. Burley was at a different level. That guy, you talk about knowing what you want to do out there and trying to get it done quick and get it done well.
Yeah, he commanded the strike zone and the tempo of the game. And Barucki has the same number. And he gets Crone. C.J. Crone out on strikes.
If he can start duplicating that breaking ball, now you've got a chance to put something together. That's a pretty good little snappy slider right there. 82 miles an hour, really more of a slurve than anything else, but effective nonetheless.
Well, here is Joey Wendell, the Rays with a couple hitters batting over 300. Malik Smith came in at 306. He's at second, and Joey Wendell leads All-American League rookies with a 302 average to start play tonight, and he takes the pitch outside. There you are, first in hitting among the rookies and on base percentage, second in hits and runs, and fifth in runs batted in. Pretty good portfolio right there.
That's a beautiful thing there for Joey Wendell. And, you know, doing a good job, too. And that's why he's in the lineup here tonight off Barucki. A great job of hitting against lefties and righties equally. You know, good splits. He hangs in there. We saw that last night on that nasty slider that he was able to get airborne and get out into the outfield. Look at that, tight up on the plate and stays locked in.
And there's a strike call. Now 2-1. In the last 8 games, he has 7 multi-hit games. That is hot.
I mean, what a streak. You know, one thing to put together a hitting streak, but boy, when you're doing it with crooked numbers.
That foul ball will run the count to 2-2. And a 9-game streak overall, hitting .425.
Chad Mottola, the Rays hitting coach, the time and hours that he puts in with all these guys, so eager to work. Look at those hands, almost right over the inside corner.
And he takes that pitch.
See,
counts full.
And by not pulling off, you're able to stay on that pitch just a little bit longer and say, you know what, that ball's going to end up off the plate, and comfortable taking it. As opposed if that front side starts to fly open, he's probably waving at that, and this inning's over.
And there is ball 4. He takes that one wide, a fastball, and the bases are loaded. Over to third, Malik Smith. Matt Duffy to second. Wendell heads down to first. Visit on the mound by Jansen, the catcher. And Willie Adames will get a chance here in the first inning. See if he can give the Rays the lead. Willie had the night off last night. He finished the Cleveland series with a 2-for-4 day, 2 singles and a walk in the 6-4 win on Sunday over in Cleveland. And Adames takes it up and away, a fastball. And there's a strike right at the top of the zone. So Pete Walker a moment ago, the pitching coach here. He and the rest of the Blue Jays staff going to get a look at some of the young arms. That's a foul ball back, led by Barucki.
And this has been a troublesome inning for him. You know, when you look at, you know, his season, a 340 average against him, much higher on the on-base percentage, but he's given up 12 runs in 12 first innings. And so it takes a little bit for him to settle in. The Rays got a chance here to jump him.
Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, a big pitch coming right here with the bases loaded. 2-2 and 2 outs.
Do not want to go full. Do not want to allow everybody a running head start. So this is your action pitch is what you're talking about.
And a high foul. That's headed for the seats. Smoke gives it a chase. But that ball out of play. They are 30 pitched first. And 17-13 the splits between strikes and balls. So a lot of work here in the first. Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball up and away. Rays will leave the bases loaded. We're going to head to the bottom of the first with no score in this game. Lineup presented by your local Ford dealers. Devin Travis leads it off, followed by Justin Smoke and Kendrys Morales. Randall Kritchik in right field hitting cleanup in front of Kevin Pillar. Teoscar Hernandez hits 6th. Danny Jansen 7th. Aledmys Diaz at 3rd hitting 8th. And Richard Urania, the shortstop, will bat 9th.
And no, you're not seeing a replay from last night. Ryan Stanek will be making the open again here tonight, back-to-back days, pulling his own Sergio Romo.
And the first pitch is a strike call at 97. Travis hitting .233 in double figures with 11 home runs. And a liner toward right center field. That's going to get by Gomez. Kiermaier cuts it off. He'll make the throw to second, but no play as Travis is in with his 11th double of the year.
You know, Ryan Stanek has been very, very good in the first inning of his opens if he goes multiple. But this fastball away, and Travis does a great job of staying on it, not trying to pull it. And I'll tell you what, great hustle by Kiermaier to get that ball cut off and get it back in as quickly as possible. Made that actually a play, and really it shouldn't have been.
So just like that, the Blue Jays have a scoring opportunity. Here's Justin Smoke. And he rolls it to the right side. Stanek will have to cover, taking the toss from Crone. And over to third goes Travis.
Well, it's quickly set the Rays defense for you, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, we've got Smith, Kiermaier, and Gomez. And across that infield, third to first, Duffy, Adames, Wendell, and Crone. Jesus Sucre will be behind the plate.
Well, here's Kendrys Morales. He was not in the lineup last night. Hitting .255, 21 home runs, and boy, what a stretch he had recently. Home runs in 7 consecutive games. Right side overstacked, and this one hits him. Boy, that ball almost behind him and skipped and hit him. And Morales will head to first.
Interesting on where this ball ended up. Look, they're trying to come in. Stanek just holds onto it too long. And that ball, you're right, almost ends up behind him. Got the backside of the leg.
Well, it's first and third on the double. Move over on the ground ball. And now with one out, a hit batter for Randall Krichik.
It's kind of the release point when you're trying to get way in there.
What are you saying?
I don't know, but I'm intrigued.
Krichik takes the pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, you could tell by the body language from Morales, he was maybe thinking the same thing you were thinking.
He's like, hey, listen, my home run hot streak is over. You don't have to throw at me anymore.
Another pitch upstairs. 2-0, and you can see Sucre already communicating with body language.
Well, and when you see those 2 misses coming off of the miss of the fastball, you say maybe it is mechanical. Yeah, maybe right now just having trouble finding the proper release point. That'll happen from time to time. Yep.
He's up again on 3 straight pitches.
Did you see how he tried to feel that pitch into the zone? And that's something that Kyle Snyder, I guarantee you, is locked in on. Instead of throwing this pitch, watch him just kind of try to feel it in there. He just kind of babied it at the end to try to get it in the strike zone. That tells you he does not have the confidence right now in his mechanics. He's going to need to find it rather quickly.
There's a strike. 3-1.
Smart pitch right there. Go back to the fastball, even in a bad count. And even if he's got the green light, you've got to get back to being aggressive. Maybe that locks you back in.
And it's fouled back, right back into our booth. How about that? Everybody all right back there? How about that?
I think I may have I got a left hand up, and it tipped off the middle finger of the left hand. I think I may have broken it.
Wow, we better check that.
That had some zip on it. Yeah, right here. Right off the tip.
You should know better by now.
Well, you know.
There's a swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down. He's out. Now a man's going to score. But that's the last out. So he doesn't score. The Rays got a strikeout, throw him out, double play. And here's the peg down by Sucre. And so we have no score at the end of an inning on the tag at second.
of the second inning with Kevin Kiermaier here at the plate. Let's take a look at his scouting report. North of the Mendoza, you know, Dwayne, on August the 20th, Kiermaier was hitting 179. He is now up above 200. And big reason for that, well, he has gone to raking. And if you look at what he has done since that time, a 349 average, 391 on base in his last 12 games, 3 doubles, 3 triples, had a single double triple last night. But he's back to finding holes, finding safe ground, and everything's starting to move north.
A 1-1 count with Amir leading off against the left-hander. And that's popped back of third. Diaz will chase it, not be able to catch up with it as he goes sliding the ball, bounding into the stands. It's 1-2. Well, after the threat in the first, the Rays left the bases loaded in a 31 pitch inning for Borucki. And then Stanek goes out there and he's in big trouble. And after all of that, he made only 10 pitches in the inning and got to strike him out, throw him out, double play to get Morales, who was breaking, and Travis, who was trying to score from third, became academic. There's a liner and a base hit for Kiermaier. So he's on again to start this one. His first at bat here tonight, a base hit coming off last night, as you pointed out. He had the triple, single, and a double, and a ground ball to third.
And that slider just does not get to its spot. He left it out over the middle of the plate. That's the thing, and that's why we say with Borucki, he has got to be pinpoint with the control and the command, especially with that pitch, because it's his third best pitch by far.
So the leadoff man on for the second straight inning. And here's a bunt by Gomez. And the throw to first is just in time. Boy, that was close. Ramon DeJesus on the call. And a very close play with Kiermaier moving up to second. And Gomez hanging around first base here. The Rays want to check the video. It was that close.
Here it was. This is a bunt, and Borucki off the mound. Gomez hustling, turn, hard throw. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think he's going to get this thing potentially overturned. Let's take a look again. Gomez with the all-out effort. Yeah, he's there. Oh, that's easy. This should be quick.
So the Rays should have been at first and second with nobody out. Well, they had a play last night overturned.
Chico looking to go 2-0 in challenges.
The Rays.
Well, you know what? That looking, he's going to go to 2-0.
Yeah, I would be very confident. I'd be disappointed if he doesn't.
If they don't overturn this, Dwayne, I'm firing this ball onto the field.
Yeah.
It's
another look.
Easy.
Right there.
The foot is on the bag. The ball's barely in the picture. Let's go.
Yeah, they might have a backlog because this should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
And he is safe. So it's overturned. The Rays have 2 men on, a bunt single for Gomez. And right away, the Rays put up another scoring threat. Now Sucre puts down the bunt. This play is going to be to first, picked up by the catcher Jansen. So they had Travis covering, and the Rays on the sacrifice move both men into scoring position for the top of the lineup. Malik Smith singled his first time. Boy, the Rays really want to come through here after leaving the bases loaded in the first. Golden opportunity again here in the second inning. Alex takes it down. Alex said he lost 5 pounds while he was in the hospital with that. Boy, that was quick.
That was scary.
Yes, it
I
was.
mean,
Sounded very scary.
it was overnight. I mean, he goes home after a ball game, and by the next day you hear he's in the hospital. But then you're there for 2.5 days.
Yeah, he said his neck started to really hurt. Throat, neck. So they jumped right on that.
Yeah.
Glad they did. One and one. Ooh, he tried to check, but that's a strike. He went after it.
Let's think about this. Not that's the way you want to go about losing weight, but Malik Smith sub 5 pounds. I wonder how much faster he can get.
Yeah, well, there you are.
Come on. Shed a few lbs, and then you really kick it into gear.
He could be a blur. Facing the lefty now. Pham on deck. Kiermaier's at third. Gomez at second. Ground ball right side. That's a fair ball. Out at first. Throw to the plate. Not going to be in time. Kiermaier crosses the plate with the first run. So Kiermaier scores. Gomez goes to third. Malik's making contact. Out 3 unassisted at first and picks up the run batted in.
And guess what? It's a good thing that he was had his head up, because watch this throw here on the backhand by Smoke. And when he comes home, Malik Smith's going to have to hit the deck. You see that body just flop into the ground. That ball's coming right at your grill.
Here's Pham, and he takes the first pitch strike.
I'm sure that's what they're giving him a hard time about. Like, he almost ate that.
This one is high. Yeah, he thought his neck hurt the other night.
Right.
Watch
like,
him.
oh,
Get down. So they get the run home at RBI from Alex Smith. Oh, there goes the bat. Look out. A swing and a miss. The bat wound up over in the camera booth.
Even his bat tosses are angry.
Look at that. I'll tell you, you talk about being in and out of the zone. That bat was in and out of that shot in a nanosecond. Just disappeared.
The last time I saw a toss like that, Dwayne, it was an old-time Viking movie. And he just let one go.
Yeah, well, I see the comparison.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
Now a good take on ball 2.
You know, you think about the tosses of Daniel Robertson, pretty consistent at the end point. You know, then you've got our man
Kelly Shopping.
Yes,
Yeah.
those were majestic tosses.
They were.
And then Pham's just had anger written all over it.
That ball up the right side, going to be out of the reach of anyone, just short of the stands. Kiermaier opened with a base hit. He has scored. Gomez at third, 2 outs. And a cut and a miss. Pham is out on strikes. So out of that, the Rays get 1 run through an inning and a half. 1-0 Tampa Bay. half of the inning here in Toronto. Reserve your 2019 Rays season tickets tonight. Secure the biggest savings, best seat locations, concessions and merchandise discounts, and access to exclusive events all season long. And learn how you can enjoy an experience at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa, our complimentary catered suite. Visit RaysBaseball.com/season tickets. Hunter Wood, the new pitcher for the Rays, and he drops a breaking ball in there to start Kevin Pillar. That's strike one.
Well, on for the 20th time. He has 8 opens, 0-1 record, 445 earned run average.
Now the fastball is fouled back. Pillar, big cut there.
Yeah, Hunter Wood, fastball, slider, curveball. Really likes the curveball with 2 strikes. Has shown increased velocity on the fastball. And of course, as we document almost every time he pitches, 3 different styles to deliver the ball to the plate too.
And there's one of them.
Yeah.
High shot back into center. Kiermaier has a lot of room before he hits the track, and he makes the catch.
He had that right arm. I think he was feeling for the warning track.
Very seldom will it jump up and touch you.
Well, you
the
know
wall's
what?
a different thing.
The wall is a different thing, and I think, you know, maybe Kiermaier sees the ball come off the bat. The crowd here thought it was going to go a lot further than it actually did, and so you start trying to protect yourself, but make the catch.
Here's Hernandez, which is down. Oscar Hernandez, the left fielder. 19 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Two ball, no strike count. Wood pitched a third of an inning on Sunday in Cleveland and was charged with 3 runs. Gave up a couple of hits and a walk, and those runners scored eventually. Fly ball right field. Gomez will go back to the track and makes the catch on this one. That carried a long way to the opposite field off the bat of Hernandez. Almost
as far as Kevin Kiermaier ran on that fly ball to the right field corner. He's over there shaking hands with Gomez right now.
They're both in right field. How about that? He's going to take a little trek back to center now.
Yeah, someone got a good mix of coffee.
Danny Jansen.
He barely made it back to his position.
Yeah, that's a strike. Of course, they would have to pull Jansen a little bit in center field, so he's over there a little bit to the left center field side of center now. Then you're right, he was almost over to the right field corner.
You know, it's a good play by Kiermaier because that ball's getting close to the wall. If for some reason it gets over the head of Gomez or he crashes into the wall and goes down, you need someone out there to help, to back that play up. So good job by Kiermaier, but you don't see typically center fielders end up where he did.
That's a great point you make. For that exact reason. So a good move indeed by Kiermaier. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jansen in the lineup last night as the DH. And he is the young catcher they really like and hope to see develop and do the catching here. Another fly ball, little popper into shallow left. That's Malik Smith waiting for this one. So fly ball to center, fly ball to right, and a pop fly to left. 1-2-3, 1-0 Rays. The lead. Tonight's jackpot brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Taking a look at Matt Duffy set the lead off, and this is how hot he's been over the last 10 games, hitting .381 with an on-base percentage of .438. And starts to push the 300 mark again. He's at .299 overall as he steps in here in the third inning. Facing the left-hander, Barucki. First pitch is too high. A little tapper halfway to the mound. Barucki's throw is going to be in time. Duffy is out number one.
Barucki's getting some work coming off the front of that mound.
Forced to be active here. Well, there's Jalen Beeks up. The Rays had Stanek pitch 1 inning, 10 pitches. Hunter Wood the second, and now Beek goes to work in the bullpen. 1-0.
He's your bulk guy. At least he should be.
Crone fouls it back, 1-1. Beeks coming off his outing the last time when he picked up a win. Two balls and a strike. Wide, now 3-1. Barucki got ahead of C.J. Crone, struck him out swinging with a slider. That was in the first, now 3-1. It's lifted toward right field. Grichuk out there makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down in the third. Well, enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and a lot more. Download the MLB Ballpark app tonight. Base is empty, 2 outs for Joey Wendell, who walked his first time. The pitch inside. Barucki 5 of 14 and first pitch strikes now. The Rays have had a number of base runners, but only 1 run. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. That's a fastball in for a strike.
And that's something that Barucki's going to have to be better at over the long haul. First pitch strikes and better command. He has got to be a guy who has pinpoint control. Doesn't throw overly hard, doesn't have a wide assortment of pitches. And so he's got to work the corners, the edges, have a good idea of what he's doing out there, which he does. It's just a matter of being able to repeat it.
2-1 to Wendell. He's under this, skying it into right field. Grichuk still coming in, makes the grab. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Rays.
at Rogers Center. Well, tomorrow is Roberto Clemente Day by Major League Baseball, and the Rays nominee this year is Mallex Smith. The Roberto Clemente Award is an award that recognizes players who best represent the game of baseball through extraordinary character, community involvement, and positive contributions both on and off the field. And Mallex said that he feels honored to even be in the same sentence as Roberto Clemente. And he said it feels important to give back because, in his words, he was raised by a village and he wants to be able to have a positive influence on somebody else's life. And fans, if you want to vote for Mallex to win the award, you can tomorrow at MLB.com/Clemente21. Guys.
Yeah, and Michelle, as you know, Roberto Clemente lost his life in the effort of helping others. And Mallex Smith, indeed, honored to be a nominee for that award.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't end up winning it, the fact that you were your team's nominee is a huge, huge honor. And so congratulations to Mallex.
Diaz out to right field on a ball caught by Gomez. Now the shortstop up here. Richard Urania with a count of 2-0. Hunter Wood out there to begin his second inning of work. And finds the zone right there on the inside corner at 94. One ball, 2 strikes. Wave and a miss, down to second, down to first. Sucre to Crone to finish off Urania. 2-3 on the putout at first. Second strikeout for Rays pitching.
A good off-speed pitch. Has that look of a fastball as it comes in, kind of dive bombs to the top of the plate. 2 down.
The top of the order, Devin Travis down to third base with this one, and Duffy's throw to first right on the money. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the fourth, 1-0 Rays. Our Lowe's whole team together numbers for the Rays recently. That offense has been extremely good over the last 12, averaging 5.8 runs a game with an on-base percentage of .378, hitting .320. The first pitch to Willie Adames is strike 1.
How about double-digit hits in 10 of the 12 games?
That's impressive.
It really is.
Ground ball to third. You know, you talk about the different parts of this game, and hitting is the most difficult thing to do consistently. You can run defense out there and pitching, and you can put together pretty good streaks of both, but hitting, that's a challenge, a little special category all its own for a hitting coach, boy. Just ask them how difficult that is.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's an impressive little run the Rays lineup has going.
But you know what it tells you, too? When you think about the double-digit hit games and you think about the average and on base, it's not a couple of guys carrying the squad. Everybody is getting involved, and we keep talking about, okay, Joey Wendell, 9-game hitting streak. Pham, 9-game hitting streak. Caron's been tearing it up over his last 10. Kiermaier is heated. I mean, every time you talk about Willie Adames, unbelievable month of August.
Yep.
I mean, so many guys swinging the bat well.
How about G-Man right there?
How about him? Looking to do some late night damage here. Maybe late in the game.
Upstairs, 1 and 2 to Kiermaier. Yeah, a couple of pretty interesting additions to this lineup, and that's one of them right there. Tommy Pham. He's all business. And G-Man Choi, there's a little ground ball the other way. Kiermaier hustling down the line, and the throw just beats him. So he grounds out to the left side. Diaz throws him out, 2 gone. Base is empty for Carlos Gomez. Gomez bunted his way on. First time up. Fouls it back. Pretty good cut at that pitch from the Toronto lefty. On the ground, Travis, second base. Oh, that throw takes Smoke off the bag. Boy, that was a routine play, and that throw just sailed away from Travis and pulled Smoke off the first base bag.
He got a little bit too cute. No, did not pay attention to details, and that's where you just take your athleticism, try to do a little bit too much. Watch, he's going to throw this thing kind of on the run, not really set the feet, and it does pull Smoke right off. And Gomez, give him credit, a ground ball to the right side that looked to be pretty routine. He's hustling up the line and is going to get there.
Here's Jesus Sucre. He shoots it into center field. Pilar coming in, grabs it. Rays leave a man, 1 error in the inning. No runs, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Rays. Tonight's Geico great moment on this date back in 2003, Jorge Sosa tossing his first complete game shutout, giving the Devil Rays a back-to-back complete game shutout for the first time in club history. Sosa allowed 4 hits, struck out 6 on 123 pitches. Rays beating Seattle 1-0. Well, Jalen Beeks will take over on the mound. 1 inning for Stanek, 2 innings for Wood, and now Beeks.
Well, Beeks has appeared in 7 games with the Rays, a perfect 4-0 record, and outside of that opening.
Pitch is a strike call to Smoke.
He had that opening outing against the Orioles in Baltimore. It was really disastrous for him, disastrous for the team. Since then, he has been locked in.
And he has Smoke out in front, 0-2.
Pull him all around. Heavy shift.
Well, Smoke was 0 for 4 last night. He'd hit home runs in 4 straight games coming into this series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has 23 on the year. And the lefty in here with a switch hitting first baseman, Smoke. And when you look at his numbers, when you look at the slugging percentage, there's a big difference from left to right. He's out on strikes here. His slugging percentage as a left-handed hitter is .472, and as a right-hander, it's under 4. So a strikeout here against the lefty.
You know, and that's for the most part pretty typical. You know, even the switch hitters, a guy will have a tendency to have a side that's a little bit stronger than the other. Sometimes it's average, sometimes there's just a little bit more power.
Morales, the ball, no strikes. The same thing with Morales. There's a big swing. When you look at his splits, right-handed and left-handed switch hitter, his slugging percentage .466 from the left side and .379 from the right side. So good time to bring the lefty in.
Yep. And all part of the plan.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to expect anything more than an inning out of Stanek because he opened the ball game yesterday, so you don't want to overextend him. And then Hunter Wood, nice job coming in behind him.
Ground ball down to third. Duffy takes care of that. So a strikeout and a ground out to retire Smoke and Morales. So the bases are empty, and Randall Krichik will be up there. Struck out on a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the first, leaving Travis aboard. It's a strike. Up the left side, that's going to hook foul. 1 hop and into the stands. The Rays and the Blue Jays tomorrow. We'll wrap up this road trip. Tyler Glasnow will pitch for the Rays against Aaron Sanchez. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Rays will be heading home. So a good matchup tomorrow night. And that takes care of Krichik. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Beeks. We'll go to the 5th. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
at Rogers Center. Well, today is Tuesday, which means it is Trivia Tuesday. And your Trivia Tuesday question today is, which of these three players made their first Major League appearance for the Blue Jays and made their last Major League appearance for the Devil Rays? Is it A, Dave Martinez, B, Kevin Cash, or C, Fred McGriff? We'll tell you later in the show, guys.
All righty, we'll wait for that answer as Malik Smith fouls the first pitch away. 1 strike. Smith, Pham, and then Duffy. Ground ball sharply hit, but Travis is right there. And Malik's drove in a run with the ground ball in the second inning, is out on the ground ball to begin the 5th. Here's Tommy Pham 0 for 2 against Barucki. Fouled up the right side, out of play. Nothing in 2. We mentioned at the outset, Barucki drafted in 2012, had Tommy John surgery late that year, cost him the 13 season. 1 and 2. Then had shoulder issues in the 14 and 15 seasons. Recovered. And last year was the Blue Jays minor league pitcher of the year. Chopped to third. Diaz, high throw, and the stretch by Smoke as he keeps that foot on the bag to retire Pham. Smoke getting a little stretching exercise here the last couple innings at first.
Good thing that he's, what, 6'4"? Diaz got rid of that ball so quickly, you can see how far he's got to go and stay connected to that bag.
Well, if he didn't stretch before the game, he has during the game.
Could be 6'5", 6'6" by this point.
Now Duffy, man, takes strike 1. We're in the 5th. The Rays scored a run in the second inning. Kiermaier opened with a base hit, eventually scored. Duffy behind 0-2. Rays left the bases loaded in the first. Left a man at third in the second after they scored a run. Nothing doing in the 5th. A popper back at first. That's headed for the seats about 4 rows back. And again, a foul ball out of play off to the right. A 1-2. Rays started the night second in the league in hitting and second in on base percentage, so they're putting men on base. And recently they've scored a lot of them. Foul ball back, still 1-2. They've left 5 tonight, producing just the 1 run.
Well, they have the 4th fewest home runs in Major League Baseball, and so we have really been talking all season long. They're going to get their base runners. They're going to create opportunities. It's a matter of getting the big hit.
It evens the count, 2-2.
You get a team built like the way that the Rays are right now, runners in scoring position. That's going to be an important statistic. What are they getting done when they do have those chances?
Duffy battling here with that 2-2 count. 8 pitches into this at bat.
You know, think about this. average second, on base percentage second, but then think about all the running that they've been doing. So not only are you getting guys on base, but you're moving them up 90 feet here or there, making it easier to score.
Well, they're third in stolen bases, and the need for power, they're 10th in runs scored overall.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get a little bit more thump in the lineup, and it's all about trying to find the right mix.
Yep.
Last year, it was all thump and nothing else, and that didn't do you any good.
Yep.
And so now this year, it's a little bit more of a mix, but not quite enough thump, or not from enough areas. But you think about a Pham and a Crone, Crone all season, but Pham brought in, they're going to have some options to get that thump.
Now a full count. The other thing about this team, we've seen the development of this team become more athletic as well. When the Rays had those great teams, they had thump and athleticism. And then they went through a period where they maybe had some thump, not so athletic. We're starting to see this team be athletic.
Well, that helps you defensively. It helps you on the base paths. We talk about all the movement out there, the pressure that they put on an opposing pitcher and an opposing defense. And then you get a couple of guys in that lineup that can run into some long balls, and now you've got the makings of a very versatile and consistent offense.
Oh, a cut and a miss. Well, 12 pitches in, and Duffy, who got down 0-2, strikes out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Rays. The bottom of the fifth inning from Toronto. Ryan Stanek, Hunter Wood, and Jalen Beeks have been on the mound for the Rays. Beeks beginning the bottom of the fifth with Kevin Pillar leading off. Pillar, after the first pitch, pops it up. Long run by Crone, and he just cannot get there. A lot of ground to cover, and that ball not quite high enough. Not enough air time there. And he's saying to Gomez, you get over there and catch it.
Yep. He is yelling at his right fielder. Where were you?
Not enough time for Gomez either.
No. But you love that back and forth. It just shows you the camaraderie on this team is special.
Now into center field. And Kiermaier is there waiting. One away. Well, the Rays would like to hear from you about the new ballpark. Rays new ballpark designed to be the smallest and most intimate in the major leagues, with a wide variety of seating types appealing to everyone. To learn more and provide your input into what you would like to see, visit ballparkreimagined.com. Oscar Hernandez now. Hit the ball a long way to the opposite field his first time. And that's a strike. 0-2. Caught a part of Sucre. Give him a little time to gather himself. By the way, Shufo came up last night, had to catch with Adam Moore, who's now with the team, got that passport situation resolved. But Shufo last night pretty impressive behind the plate for his major league debut. I think the Rays liked what they saw.
He didn't stand out, and that's a good thing. Yeah, you're just back there doing your job.
Hernandez reaches for this and is out on strikes. I think of all the catchers in the Rays system, he might have the jump on working that position behind the plate.
He's going to get every opportunity. There's no doubt about that. Then you think about Michael Perez and what we've already seen out of him.
Yep. Jansen fouls it back out of play. Strike one. Well, we've had a chance to watch this evolution throughout the summer and now into September, and it's really been fun. The other side of this is when we've gone on these road trips, our other teams come in and they haven't seen this club for a while. People who follow other clubs and then see this team firsthand recognize what's happened here. It's interesting to see their reaction, talk about the mix on this team and the way they play. It's been a fun team to watch for a lot of folks.
And you're right. These are, opposing announcers or just different people we come into contact with. It doesn't take them long to figure it out. You're a couple games in and they're like, this is an interesting, fun bunch.
Yep, it sure is. It's a likable group, and they have some fun together and they play hard.
Well, that's all you ask. That is all you ask. Have a clubhouse that polices itself. Work hard, play hard. You see these guys out during batting practice putting extra work in.
High fly ball toward the line and left. Smith goes over there, but that will be just out of play about 4 or 5 rows back. Alex getting acquainted with some fans over there while they were tracking down that souvenir. And cut and a miss. He was out in front. 1-2-3 inning again for Beeks. That's 4 strikeouts for the lefty. 1-0 Rays. Here through 5. This is how. Malik Smith getting a run home on a ground ball in the second inning. Malik's had to hit the deck on that throw to first. There was a threat by Toronto, but that strike him out, throw him out double play took care of that in the first with Ryan Stanek on the hill. Hunter Wood followed for a couple of innings, and now Jalen Meeks has 2 innings under his belt of scoreless baseball. And the Rays lead 1-0 on to the 6th with C.J. Cron to lead off, looking for his first hit of the night. We'll get his third look at the young left-hander, Ryan Borucki. Wendell to follow, and then Adames. Ooh, big cut right there, and a foul ball back. Got a little bit of Quinn Wolcott there. Checking on him, he says, nah, he's okay. That's his strike calling shoulder. Ground ball back at third, backhanded, and the throw to first by Diaz. Cron is out of there. So that's the first out in the 6th inning. Borucki's settled in after the first couple of innings when the Rays had some opportunities and managed just that 1 run.
Yeah, how many times do you talk about something like that? And when you've got a guy like Borucki, who's a finesse lefty, let's call it like it is, and those types of guys sometimes takes them an inning or two to settle into a game.
There's Wendell lifting one into center. Pilar back on it, makes the call and the catch. A couple of quick outs here in the 6th.
We've done a better job of mixing his pitches. He's finding some better areas of the strike zone. Obviously getting some quick swings. And look at how he has gotten that pitch count right back in order after the 31 in the first.
Now Willie Adames.
Well, the only reason the 5th was at 18 was Matt Duffy.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a 1-2-3 inning in that one, and he got the first 2 outs on 6 pitches. And Duffy extended that at bat and finally struck out. Now 1-1 to Adames. That's a strike, despite the fact that it popped away from Jansen. Now Adames behind. Two and two. Well, Adames started the night at 258. He's hit over 330 for the last couple of weeks. A little bit of that went foul. We'll see another pitch. As late as the end of July, he was under 200. Hitting 196 on July 29th. But a good August. And now into September. 4 days in. After getting behind, he has a full count. Wave and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning for Borucki. 1-0 Rays, middle of the 6th.
against the Blue Jays? Well, because it is Trivia Tuesday, and we asked you earlier in the game which of these 3 players made their first Major League appearance for the Blue Jays and made their last Major League appearance for the Devil Rays. The answer, if you answered C, Fred McGriff, you are correct. McGriff made his Major League debut for the Blue Jays in 1986, and then his last appearance in a Major League Baseball game was July 15th, 2004.
Well, we got to the bottom of the 6th inning. Diaz fouls it away. Strike 1. And Freddie McGriff here through the 90 season after breaking in with the Blue Jays in 86. And then on to the Devil Rays in 98. Base hit to the right side, that open right side. Diaz is 1 for 2 tonight, picking up only the 2nd hit allowed by Rays pitching.
Now this Blue Jay offense has been stagnant, trying to get something going. A really nice job there by Diaz. He had that whole right side to work with. Only C.J. Cron was over there because they had the infield pulled around with the shift, and he poked that ball into right field, and now you get the leadoff man aboard.
He did the same thing last night in the 7th inning. Zurania. And now he bunts. Plays it first with Beeks on the pickup and Wendell covering. Diaz moves into scoring position. 1-4 on the sacrifice for the first out. Now the top of the order will be up with a man in scoring position. Only run of the game came in the 2nd when the Rays scored on a ground ball. Now Diaz aboard at 2nd, 1 out for Devin Travis. Kyle Snyder's going to head to the mound. Rays start to get some action up in the bullpen. And Snyder's going to take his time. Strolling out there. Alvarado limbering up right now. Reminder, here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live. Pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. MLB celebrating Roberto Clemente Day. And Orestes Destrada will break down Tommy Pham. Our coverage begins at 6:30 tomorrow. That's the wrap-up game on this road trip. The Rays home Friday night against Baltimore. Cleveland will follow, and then Oakland. 2nd to the last homestand of the year for the Rays. Here's Travis, the 2nd baseman. Travis doubled off Stanek in the 1st. Grounded out against Wood in the 3rd. Now facing Beeks for the first time tonight. And he takes a fastball for strike 1. Beeks coming off a 3-inning stint Wednesday against Atlanta. And a little turn back there. Not much doing at 2nd with Diaz. The 0-1 crowds him a bit. 1-1. Big Petrichka up in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. And a wave and a miss. Travis a little anxious there out in front.
And Beeks, he's got the fastball, the cutter, pulls the string on the changeup. The whole key to a changeup, and you'd like to have, some miles per hour difference, but it's all arm speed. It has to look just like a fastball, and Beeks very good at that.
There's a ground ball to the left side. Adames takes care of that with a throw to first. So 2 gone. Travis retired. And now another big bat to get. Justin Smoke's due up, and out of the dugout comes Kevin Cash. He's going to go to the bullpen here. So Beeks faced Smoke in the 4th inning, struck him out, but will not face him again. And as Smoke is set to come, the Rays will make a call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Reminder, the new Monopoly Jackpot Scratch-Offs from the Florida Lottery. A new spin on a classic loaded with prizes from $10,000 to $2 million. Unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket, claim it. 2 2/3 for Beeks. 4 strikeouts, and he leaves with a man on. Leaves in favor of Jose Alvarado.
Well, high leverage. You know, this is a big situation. Obviously, a 1-run game. Got a runner at second base. Alvarado comes on for the 62nd time. Overpowering type stuff, both with the fastball and the breaking ball.
And he has Smoke hitting from the right side. Smoke has been hit by a pitch and is grounded out to third. And he takes 96 in there for a called strike.
Well, what the Rays end up doing here in Kevin Cash with this move is you keep him on the right side, but you turn up the heat. You're going from Jalen Beeks, more of a finesse, move the ball around, change speed guys, to a power lefty, as we just saw with 96 to start him off.
Up and away. Coming into this series, Smoke 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts against Alvarado. Alvarado worked in the game Sunday in Cleveland. 2-1. Stanek, Wood, Beeks, and now Alvarado. Castillo busy in the bullpen. Have a 1-run game in the 6th. Bad strike 2 at 95, upper part of the zone. 2-2. Hitting first baseman Smoke. 23 home runs. Ooh, pretty close there, just missed in. Full count, 3-2.
Alvarado had the body language of a guy who thought there was going to be a ring up. Watch this. In there, okay, heading to the dugout. Maybe not quite yet.
Just a quick turnabout right there to make another pitch. And this will be it. And he loses him down. So the walk second walk given up by Rays pitching. We've had only 4 walks in this entire game. And Kendrys Morales will bat. Morales 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out against Alvarado in his career. And he takes 98 too low. Morales hit by a pitch in the first, went out third to first in the 4th inning. This is the first time the Rays have seen this Toronto ball club put men on base since the first. That's a strike. It's 1-1. Until Diaz opened with that opposite field hit here in this inning. Rays pitching had retired 13 in a row. A ball, 2 strikes with a foul ball out of play. One, 2. He tries inside and misses again in there. 2-2.
He's having to work hard here to try to get this final out. Just missing with a couple of pitches. Always seemingly 1 pitch away.
He got him. A big strikeout right there to end the inning, leaving 2 men on base and preserving the 1-0 lead for the Rays. Alvarado closes out the 6th, and we go to the 7th, 1-0 Tampa Bay.
For baseball, and Dwayne, what a race that we're going to have in the National League for the Cy Young Award. Look at Jacob deGrom. Interesting. Just an 8-8 record, but look at the ERA and the consistency of excellence. He's gone 25 consecutive starts, not earned runs, allowing 3 runs or fewer. That is absolutely a crazy statistic. And then how about the consistency of greatness with Max Scherzer? Second pitcher in the history of the game to have 5 consecutive seasons with 250 plus strikeouts.
Oh, this first pitch hits Kiermaier, and he's going to head to first, hit by a pitch, and the Rays get the leadoff man on. Yeah, you know, we've talked about the American League and, you know, the Cy Young Award, getting Blake Snell involved in that hunt. Now a slow walk out by Gibbons after Barucki hits Kiermaier here. But that National League race, that's, you know, we didn't even mention Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
How about the year he's having?
Right.
He's got to be right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I mean, right there.
They're going to divide the votes.
Yep.
It'll be close.
Yep. Well, that's going to be it for the young lefty. Hits a man to start the 7th. Bullpen call brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Pitching change. The young lefty departs after working 6+ innings. Jake Petrichka on to replace Barucki. Gomez due, and he's going to be lifted for the pinch hitter Brandon Lau against the right-hander. So Kiermaier at first, he was hit by a pitch. And Lau takes a strike, a fastball in from the veteran right-hander, just back up from the minor leagues today.
Well, that's one thing about the expanded rosters in September. That's a plus for Kevin Cash. You've got more options coming out of the pen for matchups. You've got more guys on your bench for situations just like this.
Ground ball left side. Urania out at second, and the throw to first. Close and safe the call. So Kiermaier forced. It's a 6-4 play out there at second. And Lau reaches on a fielder's choice.
The Toronto Blue Jays middle infielders do a great job here getting rid of these balls quickly. Just not enough time. Lau's getting down the line and is able to beat it out.
Now Travis in the middle of that did everything he could do. Now Ji-Man Choi will pinch hit for Sucre.
As we said, more bodies on the bench
right.
Situations just like this.
Yeah, you thought managing was fun before. You get it September. Pretty amazing. There's a shot toward the gap into right center field. That's going to fall out of the reach of the diving Pilar. Lau being waved around third. He will score on the double by Choi, and the Rays make it a 2-0 ball game. Well, a great effort by Pilar, and well placed as it turned out by Choi, who on the first pitch, wasting no time, rips a double toward the gap.
And I'll tell you what, a great read by Brandon Lau. If he is not sold out like he was in leaving first base, he does not score. But as this ball came down, you see Pilar with the dive, trying to make a play. Lau at that point was already well around second base. Right there, he's reading it and saying, you know what, he's not going to get to a dive or not. If he doesn't do that and is kind of hanging out there around second, he doesn't score.
Oh, strike into Alex Smith. Alex with a base hit and a stolen base, drove in a run with a ground ball in the second. Oh, 2. So the Rays a run in the second, now a run in the 7th inning. And Malix is out on strikes. 2 away now. And the hitter will be Tommy Pham. Pham 0 for 3. Cut and a miss.
Petrichka showing some sharp stuff here after Choi was able to get to him for that double out to right center field. Some good breaking balls. That was a nasty sinker right there to Pham to start him off.
Yeah, it's a good thing Choi went after the first pitch.
Yes.
Inside 1-1.
Been very little offense, but it's Kevin Cash's second choice coming off the bench that got it done.
Pham trying to extend his hitting streak to 10. That's a strike on the corner in there. That's at 95 from Petrichka.
With some arm side runs, some darting action in.
Popper foul, that will carry out a play the other way. Pham had a hit and a walk, a run batted in, a run scored last night. Down 1-2 with 2 outs in the 7th and a man at second. And a take right there, 2-2. There's Choi. What a find he's been for the Rays. Right off the bench and doubled on the first pitch he saw. Tapper foul.
Well, the Rays just leave no stone unturned. I mean, constantly looking for deals and little gems kind of in the corner.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about how interesting this roster is, and it's a fun team to watch. The baseball office is getting that same reputation, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's an interesting group there with what they've done.
I think, well, you know, when we had Ken Rosenthal on the show in Cleveland, he was talking about Rays front office. They're always one of my favorite teams. You know,
Yeah.
good guys. They work hard, little unorthodox outside the box from time to time.
Hey, there's a shot up the gap into left center field. That's going to get the run home. Extra bases here for Pham. It's a 3-0 game. A little trouble in left center, and Pham's on his way to third. He's in there ahead of the throw. Rays now lead by 3 as Tommy Pham comes through. He extends his hitting streak to 10, and the Rays have a 2-run 7th.
Boy, is that huge. Breaking ball did not get down far enough. No depth to that pitch, or not enough depth, and Tommy Pham just juices it. That's what he's been doing during this recent hot streak. You make a mistake, and he's getting barreled to the baseball and getting some carry. There's what you're talking about, kind of out in left center field, not coming up with it clean, and that allows Pham to get into third.
Well, they gave him a triple nonetheless. That's his second triple since coming to the Rays. Picking up a run batted in. After a conference on the mound, Petrichka will pitch to Matt Duffy. So So the Rays have 3 runs, 5 hits. He takes the fastball running inside off the plate at 97. That's some close heat. And sharply hit up the middle off the glove of Travis. Another run will score. An RBI, number 40 for Duffy. And the Rays make it a 4-0 ball game. Through the middle by Matt Duffy.
He tried to come right back in there, Dwayne. You know, we've seen guys try to really crowd Matt Duffy with the fastball. Tried to come back in there and left it middle, and Matt just stays inside of it and hammers that ball up the middle. Had a lot of steam on it. Well, this Rays team, the way they're able to put together some innings. Took them a while here tonight. Not too bad here in the 7th.
Now a big swing and a miss. Well, the Rays here off Petrichka, not in this order, but they have a single, double, and a triple. And they have a guy who could hit one out here in C.J. Cron. Takes it down. 1 ball, 1 strike. The rookie left this game with a man on, trailing 1-0. Suddenly it's 4-0. And a big cut, a little piece of that one foul. 1-2. Lau and Choi and Pham have scored the runs. It's off the plate. Duffy's at first. Runs batted in belonging to Choi, Pham, and Duffy. That's Wendell on deck. And a wave and a miss. Cron strikes out. 7 men come to the plate for the Rays. They score 3, leave 1. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay. Brought to you by Coors Banquet and Blake Snell. Honored as the American League Pitcher of the Month for August, and why not? He was 4-0 in August with a 1.04 earned run average. In 5 starts, he gave up 3 earned runs and is the American League Pitcher of the Month and has catapulted himself into the Cy Young Award conversation, to be sure. Well, it's going to be Diego Castillo. He'll be pitcher number 5 for the Rays here to begin the bottom of the 7th.
And a little bit of breathing room now that the Rays have been able to extend this lead to 4 runs, 4-0. So get out there and kind of like you do when you open ball games up. More 4-seamers than 2-seamers. He's done a great job of pounding the zone and attacking hitters.
And the first pitch is a strike to Randall Kritchik. Rays make some changes in the outfield as well with the pinch hitters. Kiermaier remains in center field, no change there, but Malik Smith goes from left to right. Brandon Lau in the game and left. And Ozzie Timmons keeping fit here with the way this offense has been operating lately.
Listen, he had a little while before he had to do this.
High pop-up. Duffy making the call just fair. 1 away.
I think that's really a good group of guys. You know, last night they had him doing this just about every inning. They were threatening or scoring all the time.
Yep.
And so tonight they say, hey, we're going to give you a break early. We'll get you warmed up early, and then you can sit for a while, and then we're going to bust out, and you're going to go back to work.
Well, nicely done there. And that pitch is down. Rays also have Shufo behind the plate with Sucre lifted for the pinch hitter. So the rookie catcher who made his debut last night, Nick Shufo, catching again tonight. One and one. Villar with a couple fly balls to Kiermaier, his counterpart in center field. Little tap, and Diego Castillo takes care of that. That had a little strange bounce to it, but Castillo quickly got down there and made the play. Rays at 7-Eleven, bringing $7.11 tickets to Rays fans. Visit a local participating 7-Eleven store and there pick up a discount voucher for the game this Friday against Baltimore. And while you're there, show your Rays pride and enjoy a Big Gulp in a Rays branded Big Gulp cup of only 79 cents in stores now. Well, 2 outs, base is empty to Teoscar Hernandez. There's a fly ball and a strikeout going tonight. Hit the ball deep to right to the track and right field in the 2nd inning. There's ball 1 from Castillo. Well, you think about what these Toronto hitters have seen tonight from the variety of Rays pitching. The one constant theme is heat. It starts with Stanek and then Hunter Wood. Then the lefty Beeks comes in, a little different look. Not so hard, but a variety of stuff from the left side. Then just for good measure from the left side, here's Alvarado and his heat.
Yeah.
And now Castillo.
I mean, think about it. Just think about what these hitters have to go through, how they really can never get into a rhythm because they're facing a different pitcher every time they come to the plate.
And Hernandez just saw 100 miles per hour from Diego Castillo.
I'm telling you, it's pretty remarkable to see how this works. And now the way that Kevin Cash is managing, you get the sense, and we saw it last night, Chirinos struggling in his first inning. He had Diego Castillo up. He's managing now with a little bit more sense of urgency to win these games, almost a playoff type feel. We're not going to leave you out there to try to get you settled in. We are going to go to somebody else and try to win these games.
Well, there's a wave and a miss and a 1-2-3 7th inning. We're going to head into the 8th with the Rays leading Toronto 4-0. Thanks, though, as we move into the 8th inning, the Rays will be facing a left-hander and holding a 4-0 lead. Thomas Pannone on, making his 8th appearance.
16 2/3 innings, an ERA of 4.86. 12 punch-outs to go along with 4 walks.
So Borucki for 6+, Petrichka for an inning. And in steps the left-handed bat of Joey Wendell, working on a 9-game hitting streak with a walk and a couple of fly ball outs tonight. And he takes that first pitch. Fastball at 89 for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Be Adames next, and then Kiermaier. And he starts to go on that pitch inside and could not check on the appeal down to James Hoy. Says he went.
A little bit too far. That ball really came up and in, tied him up.
One away in the 8th for Willy Adames. He starts him with a strike. Adames looking for his first hit of the game. Little tapper charged by Diaz. Let's throw to first. Takes care of that routine fashion. Kevin Kiermaier. Kevin's been on a couple times, had a base hit and a run scored his first time up. He opened the scoring. This was a 1-0 game until the 7th, when the Rays scored 3. And a big cut and a miss. Kiermaier pulling off that pitch against the lefty.
That ball came in on him, and it looks like Pannone, 89 miles an hour is what it's registering. It looks like the perceived velocity a little bit more than that, because we've seen some swings. That first pitch on that fastball in, he's got some deception built into that delivery.
And he's hit by a pitch for the second straight time. Tried the breaking ball, and it hits him on an 0-2 pitch.
Boy, this is a get out of jail free card. 0-2, and you're going to hang a breaking ball like that. Thank you. Up that on base percentage.
He's been on base 3 times tonight. Was on 3 times last night. Now it's Brandon Lau. Lau takes ball 1. Balls, no strikes. The left-hander in here with Wendell, the left-handed bat, leading off. Then Adames, a righty. Then Kiermaier, Lau, Shufo's on deck. There goes Kiermaier, and the pitch lined into left. That's a base hit. One big hop to Hernandez. And with that running start, Kiermaier advances to third on the opposite field hit by Lau. The Rays with a little something going here, a 2-out threat.
Boy, you see this a lot from this team, too. They don't give up on innings. 2 outs, nobody on, going to be quiet. 0-2 count on Kiermaier. You get hit with the breaking ball, you put him in motion, make something happen, base hit, now first and third.
Yeah, they don't give away innings. They battle you right down to the last pitch in every inning. And now it's Nick Schufo. That's a strike. Schufo 0 for 4 last night. He did score a run. He reached on a fielder's choice in his first big league at bat and scored one of the 3 runs in the second inning of last night's game. There's a breaking ball outside, 1-1. With a hit batter, now the single. Men on the corners with 2 gone. Two balls and a strike. Ground ball right side. Travis at second will make the play, and the Rays will not score. Leaving 2, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Rays lead 4-0. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun tonight, brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. CN Tower, hovering above downtown Toronto and Rogers Center. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Diego Castillo, after a 1-2-3 7th, begins the 8th, and he faces Danny Jansen. Jansen 0 for 2, strike 1 here on the first pitch. Jansen, the Toronto catcher, and he's going to punch this one to the right side, caught by Crone. He tried to get it through that open right side, but Crone well off the bag. Got over there with the extended mitt and made the catch.
Extendo glove. You got to have that. I'll tell you. Right, there's C.J. Crone all by his lonesome. Jansen eyeballing a base hit. Not so fast as C.J. How about some range?
Nice little grab by Crone. So Edmus Diaz. Ball, no strikes. Two and 0. That's Adam Kolarek in the bullpen. Kolarek and Kittredge were throwing a few minutes ago. Now it's just the lefty Kolarek. 2 and 1. Close there. Now 3 and 1. 2 hits tonight for the Blue Jays. Diaz has one that came to lead off the 6th. Travis opened the first with a double. And that's it. A couple of walks in addition to the 2 hits. That foul ball off the end of the bat will move the count full. It's a tapper foul. We'll see another 3-2 pitch. And a cut and a miss. Castillo comes back to get Diaz after falling behind him. Second strikeout for the Rays right-hander. That's 9 strikeouts for Rays pitching in this game.
I'll tell you what, Rays pitching and the way that this has been put together by Kevin Cash and Kyle Snyder, and we've seen a very good slider here tonight from Diego Castillo. One thing he's always going to do is light up the radar gun, but that slider has been snappy here.
Richard Urania, and he takes a 100-mile-per-hour fastball in there, strike one.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we were talking about last inning when he came in. You start thinking about pounding that zone. When he started to get a few opens under his belt, he came out there with that four-seamer.
High fly ball foul the other way.
And really made it a point to go after these hitters. You know, the one thing that Diego Castillo that concerned you about him, first pitch strikes weren't very good, and the walks had a tendency to pile up. Well, he's had, I think, 4 opens, at least 4 opens. He hasn't walked a hitter in that role, and he has come in four-seam. Here it is. And we've seen that 97 to 100 with regularity, and he's doing the same thing here now later in the game.
And a cut and a miss, 101. He started him at 100, and on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, he finishes him at 101. On to the 9th, 4-0 Rays. you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By the Florida Department of Transportation. Drive sober or get pulled over. And by your local Honda dealer. CN Tower here in Toronto. How about the job by the Rays pitching staff tonight? Diego Castillo, the latest entry, 2 innings. Facing 6 men, 3 strikeouts. He finished the 8th inning hitting 101.
Well, this is not going to help the Blue Jays' cause, but coming into this game, their collective team batting average against Rays pitching here in 2018 was 175, by far their lowest mark against any team out there, and Rays pitching just continues to dominate them.
Yeah, just 2 hits allowed tonight. Now Taylor Guerrero is the new pitcher, 4th of the night for Toronto, facing the top of the Rays lineup. First pitch a strike to Malik Smith. Guerrero got into the game last night. G-Man Choi homered off him. Roller to the second baseman Travis. And that's the first out in the ninth. Alex with a base hit, a steal, and a run batted in. And time for the prospect spotlight. Joe McCarthy, the Cavalier out of the University of Virginia and out of the 2015 draft. In Durham, last 47 games of the season, 269. Want to know the count here to Pham. High fly ball up the right side. Krichik after it, but he runs out of room. 1-1. Pham's triple in the 7th extended his hitting streak to 10. Check swing and a foul ball. Rays got a run back in the 2nd inning. Malik Smith got it home with a ground ball. Then they scored 3 in the 7th, put a little separation into this game. That's a base hit off the glove of Diaz. Picked up in shallow left by Urania. And Pham has his 2nd hit of the night. Well, for a moment it appeared that that might be a low liner to get by Diaz, but he got a glove on it. But it trickled into left and no chance to get Pham.
A little redirect over to Urania, and I think that Tommy Pham going to come out of this ball game. High fives all around.
Yep, 10-game hitting streak now, and Jake Bowers will be the pinch runner for him. Matt Duffy. Jake back in at first. Duffy takes it wide, 1-0. Runs, 8 hits for the Rays, no runs, 2 hits for Toronto. And a cut and a miss. Duffy got a run home with a base hit to center in the 7th. Officially 1 for 3 after a walk his first time. Ground ball outside the third toward the coaching box. And a souvenir, just enough reach to retain that one. One on, one out. Two balls, two strikes. Over to first. Bowers back in. Look out over there.
That would have been less than ideal.
Yes, it would. It's been a tough stretch for Jake. And you know that's all going to turn around, but boy, you hate to go through what he's experienced.
Yeah. I will tell you this, when he does come out of it, he will have learned some valuable lessons, no doubt.
Well, Duffy waiting on the 2-2. Guerreri giving another look at Bowers. Pitch lifted up the right field line in a hurry. Grichuk into foul territory. Will make the grab. That's the second out. Bowers remains at first, and C.J. Cron will get another at bat. Couple of strikeouts tonight for Cron, and an 0 for 4 evening so far. Rays with 4 runs, 8 hits. They've been averaging a little under 6 runs a game, 5.75 runs a game over the last 12. They've won 10 of their last 12. Right now they're 74 and 63. Trying to get number 75 tonight. And a chopper that'll be charged by Diaz. Bare hand and throw, and he gets him to retire the side. Rays leave a man. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 4-0 Tampa Bay. In Toronto tonight, holding a 4-0 lead, and we will see the left-hander Adam Kolarek enter this game, making his 20th appearance, 1-0 with a .60 earned run average. Your number 6 for the Rays in this game. He'll be facing the top side of the batting order. Devin Travis, then Justin Smoke, and Kendrys Morales. And the pitch is a strike. Travis doubled in the first, one of just 2 hits for the Blue Jays tonight. He fouls this one out of play. 0-2. Rays after their 12th shutout of the year. Twice before they have shut out the Blue Jays. Pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. First time was back on the 13th of June. That was a 1-0 final. Font, Andres, and Castillo. Castillo wound up getting the win in that one. Pitch inside, and the most recent against the Blue Jays was here in Toronto on August the 10th. That was Snell, Faria, and Schultz in a 7-0 final. They gave up 3 hits then. Ground ball headed to short. Adames makes the play. Travis is out number 1 in the 9th.
You know, that you just mentioned something, Dwayne, a few seconds ago that you kind of forget about. But Wilmer Font, you know, how about the job after coming over to the Rays? Didn't get off to the greatest of starts during the season, but he comes over to the Rays and they start to plug him in there and tell him, hey, listen, just go after these guys. Yeah, that's kind of been the message, and how he turned things around and was putting together some really nice outings for this team before he got hurt. You know, he's another guy you've got to. You think about some of the depth that they have
about
on
him.
No, and it's easy to with all of these guys and everybody contributing. But I'll tell you what, they're going to have a full cupboard come 2019 spring training.
Well, that'll give all of us something to look forward to. I'll tell you. And we talked about a little bit, touched on it, that, you know, for the first time the last few years, the Rays have an idea who's going to be in spring training. I mean, they've spent this season putting together a pretty good collection of talent, big wave and a miss, now 1 and 2. Spring training could actually be fun next year.
Yeah, well, and you're going to have some good battles. Think about the infield depth. You know, think about the versatile players that you're going to have coming in, vying for playing time, the pitching staff, the depth there, guys coming back from injury. You know, they've started to build up the outfield depth. You think about adding a guy like, you know, Tommy Pham in a trade, Austin Meadows in a trade. You've got Kiermaier, you've got Malik Smith, you've got Carlos Gomez. I mean, you've got a lot of different moving parts.
And then you're going to get the guys from the minor leagues coming up, trying to force the issue as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, really everywhere you look. And then you think about catching. You know, right now you got Sucre and Perez. Shufo's getting an opportunity. Adam Moore, where does he fit in? He certainly is going to be a part of the depth.
2-2. Now a full count. Stanek for 1, Wood for 2, Beeks for 2 2/3. Alvarado for a third, 2 innings from Castillo. Now Kolarek 1 out into the bottom of the 9th. And he walks Smoke. Third walk of the night issued by Rays pitching. Kendrys Morales, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Then was part of the strike him out, throw him out double play. Since then, he's grounded to 3rd and struck out swinging.
Who's the new
Romo,
guy?
hey, we haven't seen him in a while.
Are we sure that's Romo?
There's a strike. I saw Romo on the bus the other day, and his little dog too.
Oh, you know, I thought I saw that dog on the plane. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's late, and I get it, but could that possibly be a dog on our plane?
Yes.
And there was.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike to Morales. It's a little foul ball, 1-2. Sergio's up in the bullpen just in case.
There have been times on those plane rides where I've thought I've seen some things that it turned out to be
That you really had.
not the case.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the dog was part of that too. That dragon and.
Oh, yes. Oh, a shot toward the gap in left center field. Kiermaier there to cut it off. He's going to hold Morales to a single, but that sends Smoke to third, and with 1 out here, the Blue Jays offense showing signs of life. And so is the crowd of just under 18,000 here tonight.
Well, that's going to get in Sergio Romo. Here comes Kevin Cash to make the move. See if he can finish it off.
So a third of an inning for Kolarek. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Have a couple of runners aboard here in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 out. Let's take a look at our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game, and that's the job done by the Rays pitching staff here in today's ball game. And you had a lot of different guys coming in, a lot of different styles when you think about Stanek and Wood, and all of a sudden Beeks and Alvarado. Here comes Diego Castillo at 101 with a nasty slider here tonight. Kolarek, and he has now given way to Sergio Romo, looking to get these last 2 outs. And by the way, trying to keep Toronto off the board while doing so.
And for Romo, his first appearance since August the 25th. Randall Krichik takes a pitch, and that's in there for a strike. And Krichik didn't like that. Let's Quinn Walcott hear about it. It was a breaking ball at him and just caught that inside edge. And there is strike 2 down at the bottom of the zone. Another breaking ball. 0-2. First and third, 1 away. And that one stays inside. A ball, 2 strikes. Romo pitched a perfect 9th inning on the 25th of August in a non-save situation against Boston. Too low this time and no offer. So it's 2-2 on Krichik. High pop-up, left side. Duffy into foul territory, makes the catch, 2 gone.
What a pitch. What a pitch. You know, everything down, a lot of breaking stuff, and then all of a sudden, Sergio shoots a fastball up to the top of the zone. Kind of surprised Grichuk, and he was not able to get on top of it. They didn't necessarily want it down there either, but I'll tell you what, that as a purpose would have been just fine. Got exactly what they needed. And out, no movement by the runners.
Kevin Pillar. Pillar 0 for 3 tonight. Sends a fly ball into center field. Kiermaier is there to put it away, and the Rays win this one. 7 pitchers for the Rays tonight combined on a shutout. The Rays win it 4-0. For the Rays, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. For the Blue Jays, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. They leave 2 men aboard in the 9th inning, and the Rays win their 75th game of the year. They are 75-63, 5-2 on the road trip. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Rays are winners tonight, and Rays Live, the postgame, comes your way next. We'll see you tomorrow night from Toronto.